Now next up we have T3. That's technique, tone, and theory. Now the techniques that you need as a worship guitarist is, first of all, you need to be good at alternate picking. And I'm not talking about John Petrucci style alternate picking where you're just playing, you know, super fast, but just the basics. Alright, you just need to have good facility with alternate picking so that you can play the melodic lines and the hooks and all those kind of things. You also need to have a good handle on strumming. Now that's more of a funk kind of a line, but if I take that same approach in more of a worship setting, then you can start playing things like as you can see, that is kind of a funk-based approach, but those kind of rhythms can really drive a song forward. And knowing how to strum well, how to use accents, and of course, like you've seen me demonstrate here, having your left hand muting dialed in is very important, where you can mute other strings that shouldn't be ringing out, and also understanding your right hand muting in order to get that kind of a sound, and knowing how to use ghost notes. And then of course articulation, you need to be able to play slurs, which is hammer-ons and pull-offs, and slide. And even bending. These are very important techniques that you need to have a solid handle on, as well as vibrato is how you are going to use vibrato to give you that distinct sound as a guitarist, because we all have different, you know, a way that we would go ahead and apply vibrato to a note. So those are the essential technique elements that you need to make sure you focus on as a worship guitarist. Right, next up we have tone. Now tone for worship guitar playing is super important, because as a guitarist you need to be able to cut through the mix. It's a much bigger band than what you would have, let's just say, if you were playing in a rock trio or a blues trio. You're playing in a really full band, so it's important that you can dial up the right tone. So right here, of course I'm using my Kemper, but I've just got kind of a clean tone here. You need to learn how to use compression in order to kind of give you that consistency. You also need to learn how to use drive. Very important to have the right drives and to understand the difference in terms of gain stages, like how do you add some grit and drive to your playing. There's also modulation, which would involve things like a vibrato effect, like this, for example. Here I've got a bit of chorus dialed in. And then of course you need to have delays dialed in. Having a good delay dialed in, and then of course you can also add reverb to the mix. When you add all of these things together in your chain, from compression to drive, modulation, delay, reverb, and even learning how to use your volume pedal as an effect, the final T is for theory. This is where you need to know the different types of progressions, also being able to hear those progressions, understanding the natural numbering system, and knowing how chords have been built. So if I say play a D power chord versus a D sus2, or even a D major 7, all these kind of things, you need to know how to be able to play those chords, and more importantly how those chords have been built, so that you can then go ahead and use the right scales over those chords. Those are the main components that we look at when we look at theory: the progressions, the natural numbering system, chord construction, and scales. Alright, I really hope you enjoyed this video where we looked at ways in which you can play more melodically on the guitar by making use of your mental understanding, your oral ability by hearing music and melodic ideas, and then the physical ability of actually mapping out the notes on the guitar. Now this is all just the start of a whole wonderful journey, and if you'd like to dig deeper and learn more about how you can compose these different kinds of parts, as well as get access to the backing track that I used in this example, well, we've got a 7-day worship guitar skills challenge which you can sign up for free. The link is in the description box. When you sign up for the 7-day challenge, you will learn 15 different kinds of guitar parts, making use of these chord tones in a musical and melodic fashion, and that's going to help you really map out the notes on the guitar so you can play with more passion, power and precision, all those kind of good things that you hear all of your favorite guitarists do. So that's all covered in the 7-day guitar challenge. You'll get tablature, you'll get a backing track, and you will also get access to my personal email address. So if you've got any questions, you can just fire off an email and then I will go ahead and address that in future videos. Alright guys, been awesome hanging with you today. Make sure you sign up for the 7-day guitar challenge so we can go ahead and dig deeper into this wonderful journey of becoming a better guitarist.